So behind me is this private beach, and there's a photograph that I use of a green roof on a 202 Bishopsgate. And when you look at the photograph of the green roof and then you look at the video of this private beach, there's not a lot of difference. So we can deliver cockleshell beach vegetation in London on green roofs if we really think about it. And this cockleshell beach is pretty windblown. There's quite a mild breeze today, and this is mild. You get a strong breeze on the coast, it's really strong. And one of the things people always say to me, the experts, they say, well, you know, your green roofs, solitary bees won't like it up there because it's going to be too windy. Well, there's solitary bees all over this cockleshell beach. There's solitary bees on the top of the South Downs. Why won't they like green roofs? It's because we think a roof is going to be a windy place, and we kind of put that on. And when I put, at the time, the tallest green roof in London at 32 stories, within 6 weeks we had 4 or 5 species of bumblebees, several species of solitary bees. You know, you get the wildflowers in there, the bees are going to just come. The pollinators are going to come. So I normally come to this cockleshell beach a bit earlier in May. In May, this is what it would look like, and this is what a biodiverse green roof, good one, should look like in around May. And obviously it's middle of June now and it's starting to brown off. But most of what's brown is the grass. The things that are actually green are the sedums, the wildflowers, and because they've got deep roots. The grass has got shallow roots. That's why this is really good for a whole bunch of pollinators. It's linnets. And I want to do a whole video about linnets and green roofs. Linnets have collapsed in my lifetime. There's a lot of linnets here, they just haven't graced the camera today. And when I first discovered flocks of linnets on green roofs in London, from all the work that we've been doing in the biodiversity community in London, I found that very moving. And there may be more linnets now in London than before we started putting the green roofs up. So I finally managed to get a little bit of footage of linnets, but I got more footage of goldfinches. For, you know, these very seedy cockleshell beaches are really good for goldfinches. There was a pair actually feeding their young, or the young was begging for food. And you get lots of goldfinches on green roofs in London, and you get lots of goldfinches in green roofs all over Europe, I suspect. If you just got a roof with sedum, you won't find goldfinches or linnets on that roof in the United Kingdom. And I've just been videoing some ring plovers and some oyster catchers. Now, ring plovers are a relative of the killdeer, and there's killdeer nesting all over North America on gravel roofs. But there's been a few recorded nesting on green roofs. And I do know that in Switzerland, little ringed plovers and ring plovers have been recorded nesting on green roofs. If you were to walk on a green roof, such as IKEA Greenwich, it's not far off the floral diversity, which is slightly different, and the structure of the vegetation that you find here on this vegetated shingle bank. Well, this is actually a cockleshell bank, but it's equivalent to vegetated shingle. I once called myself the president of the Anti-sedum Fetishist Society, but what you can see here also is there's about 2 or 3 species of sedum that are here naturally. A cockleshell beach, well, it's kind of like a green roof. It's windy, it's sunbaked, it's very, very low nutrient. In fact, cockleshell sand has been used to create some very interesting green roofs up at the National Wildflower Centre, as was, it's now defunct. Richard Scott is quite well known for collecting seeds and delivering wildflowers. He took cockleshell sand from between Liverpool and Formby on some raised walkways and created these wonderful cowslip drifts. So cockleshell, great green roof substrate, get the seed, seed it, and hopefully we can have a green roof that's got some of the biodiversity value of cockleshell beaches or vegetated shingle in Kent, in London.